What's going on, everyone? Crazy Russian 86 here, and welcome back to another video. You know, I've been kind of down and out about this fucked up life, about my mom is telling me, why you drinking outside, it's illegal. First of all, I'm by the crib. Second of all, I don't give a fuck. Third of all, it's nobody's fucking business. As long as I'm not getting caught by the cops, why do you give a fuck? It's my fucking problem, you know? It's fucking hood rats. All they do is destroy other people's lives because they're fucking stupid. So, Old English 800 malt liquor, special request garlic rye chips. I've been watching a lot of videos primarily talking about Zionism, and also I've been watching other people, some Russian nationalists as well. There's one guy whose birthday was 2 weeks ago, whom I like, Russian politician. He's been talking about, if you 30 years old and you didn't become some kind of a leader, it means that you like childish. Well, I wish everything in this fucked up world would be so freaking easy. Yes, I know how normal people are and how they think, which is logical to them, but doesn't really necessarily apply to me. That's why I just disagree with a lot of people. And I know they think that I'm crazy because of that, but I don't give a fuck because I make sense to me. You see, there are a lot of people who have problems, who have psychological problem, impairments to a degree. But the problem with people is, when they look at the individual, see there's something is wrong with you. But then a lot of times people overlook other things. People focus on what's wrong instead of focusing on what's right. That's a big problem with humanity. And a lot of times it's hard to be a leader because the way people think, oh, how can you be a leader if something wrong with you? And then you say, I don't give a fuck, and then people think that you're crazy. And then you're being left alone without people. And yes, I'm talking about myself right now. This time I'm talking about myself. When I was making that comment on Lightman video, my Mikhail Lightman video about laziness, I was not talking about myself. This time I do, I'm gonna admit that. See, you could be a good leader, but it's not about being childish. It's sorry, you're not a leader. Just you have to be certain way. You have to act certain way. You know. So you have to know how to appeal to people. So it's not that easy. Not to mention, there are a lot of people, completely normal people, without any kind of impairments or whatever. And they still cannot be leaders. They still have ideas, and they still cannot get it. So that's why I'm here drinking a beer, eating some chips, and I'm not giving a fuck. Because there's nothing I can do about this fucked up world. And if I try to do something, nobody's gonna listen to me anyway. It's all gonna end up being either a fight or I'm just gonna walk away from people to avoid the fight. So it's all pretty much pointless. There's that woman with the kids. If Todd was here, he would probably try to hit on her. Definitely not doing that. Definitely not dealing with that woman trying, to talk to me like, fuck that. Telling me how to be, what to do, how to act. I want nothing to do with you. Especially to the people from inferior race of beings who done nothing good. And that's why the Zionists, they prey on black people. Because see what Zionists wants to do? They want the black people to beat up whites so they can get all the money and all the power. And I've been watching videos about the real Jews. Neturei, Karta. Like the real Jews. And they've been saying that they oppose the corrupt state of Israel. They said that Zionism and Judaism have nothing to do with each other. That they as the Jews been forbidden from having a state and they should be good citizens in other countries and things like that. And they've been very anti-Zionist. They were against the state. They want peaceful dismantlement. They're against of how the Jews treat Palestinians. And they've been saying how the Jews, they kill their rabbis and how they don't respect their customs. How they were building highways over Jewish cemeteries. How they've been digging Jewish graves when, according to the real Jewish customs, it's like they cannot do it because you have to respect the dead, And they've been saying that in Egypt they were building highway, but in Egypt they built highway over the Jewish cemetery. But in Israel, they just built the highway straight through and they didn't give a fuck, you know? So that shows that how much respect this fucking Satanists have for the real Jews. So and I really like that guy. He was making very good videos. His name was Israel David Weiss. So very nice guy. Check him out. I discovered him about 10 years ago. And I've been making a video about Neturei Karta, which of course got deleted by Google. Because lately Jewish people has been getting more power over YouTube. That's why there's no freedoms on YouTube anymore, you know? I'm like how these people are getting out of here, because I like to be left alone without people. I'm actually kind of happy. Before, when I was younger, you know, I was looking beautiful woman, beautiful things, beautiful life. Like, how can I deal with this fucking woman if they're gonna, oh, you loser, you weirdo, straight to my face. Who are you? Like, I have no time for this fucking bullshit. I feel that way, but to get the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck. I'm a misanthrope anyway, I don't need nobody. I have a woman in my life, as you all know. And we're not been seeing each other that much. But we're cool, you know, we're cool. And that's it. I don't need nobody. I don't even like people, period. I like to be all by myself, all alone. People only bother me, you know. If people would be like me, if they would act how I think they should act in my head, then yes. But otherwise, get out of here. You think differently, fucking infidels. I don't do nothing with the infidels. I'm only gonna kiss up to you because I need something from you. Otherwise, get out of here. You don't think like me, piece of shit. I don't talk to shit, I clean this shit. Human excrement included. That's it. So get out of here. If you think that I'm a creepy weirdo, you wanna say hi, you wanna say ha ha ha, you loser, ha ha ha, get out of my face. If I have power, I show you who is the loser. And you're gonna be in the fucking hospital, and I will be in jail. And that will be the end of it. And if cops gonna tell me why you did what you did, I'm gonna tell them, you know what? I wanna clean up the world from fucking pieces of shit who don't think like me. I don't like infidels. That's it. Infidels, they should be either go or they should be cured. That's it. Or people should only deal with people who think like them. Or other people, they should be alienated. And that's the way of life. And this comes down to another video I've been watching. I've been watching videos on, you know, it was in the border of Belarus and Lithuania, you know. There was a bunch of Iraqi Muslims who were coming there like immigrants. And the Lithuanian people, they didn't want nothing to do with them. They were beating them up, hurting them. And they've been ready to give 300 to each one of them so they get the fuck out and go back to their country. See how it is? And Belarusians, they, even though they're more acceptful towards them, but they're saying, you know what, they're different from us and it's hard for us to live with them. So that's why it's all for me, I just want to work as hard as I can and don't deal with nobody. As an immigrant, that's what I want to do. Mind you, I don't mind having friends and, you know, hanging out with people. but I feel like I don't want the type of interaction where people just gonna start changing me or telling me you should be different, you should be acting differently, all of that. If people feel that way, fine. But I want nothing to do with people like that, okay? I want nothing to do with them. I'm only gonna be nice because I want to keep the job, but I can only put up with so much bullshit, you know? At the end of the day, if I see I cannot get along with people, guess what? I'm not dealing with them, I'm just doing my job and that's it. Thanks for tolerating me. I'm gonna do my job the best I can, leave me alone, and that's it. I cannot ask people for much more than that because they cannot change, and neither can I, so. I had a phone call. It was saying scam lake likely. I'm from Grove City. I didn't pick it up because it was saying it's a scam. But I'm having a hope. I hope FedEx is gonna call me back so I will get my life back to normal. So I can just go to work how I want, the best of my ability. I'll be back in shape, you know, and my life will go back to normal like it used to be before fucking COVID. And I've been also watching videos on YouTube. In Europe, in America, a lot of people protesting mandatory vaccinations. Even the nurses. I've been watching the nurses, they've been saying, I'm not against vaccinations, but I'm against vaccinations which are FDA approved, which has not been properly tested, and I'm gonna protest it. It's people's body, it's their right, and you cannot tell people, hey, if you're not gonna get vaccinated, you're gonna get fired. The nurses been saying that, the nurses, okay? They've been saying that they don't want people to feel like they have to get vaccinated for the vaccinations which are not even FDA approved. And the other people say, no, you have to do it because we're saving lives. Typical Zionist bullshit, you know? Just like Rabbi White said, and I agree with him. He's been saying that the Zionists, they create the problems for people, and then they are coming back and saying, oh, you know what? I'm a solution to a problem which I'm just created, you know? So, very true, very true. I freaking love this Neturei Karta. I think that if my ancestors, who was actually rabbis, Like 100 years ago, like, I think it was even my grandmother's father. He was possibly a rabbi, and he was high up there in the synagogue. You know, I heard that he was a teacher of mathematics, but in reality they've been lying about it. He was actually the teacher of ancient Hebrew language, and he had a high position in the synagogue. That's my great father on my mother's side. So I think that something tells me that he wouldn't be approving the Zionism. He was high up there. He was like, got a high position, and you know, over there. He was pretty religious Jew too. Lived in Russia. No, he was living in Belarus. Yeah, he was living in Belarus. So, speaking of Belarus, talking about these immigrants, this is where my ancestry is from on my mother's side. Father's side, it's Ukraine, but I'm more into with my mother's side. So my mother's side, they were real Jews. My father's side, they were not real Jews. So I don't care about them. And not to mention that my mother's father was not even Jewish. He was actually ethnic Russian, so. Which is a good thing. Because of that, I don't have 100% of Jewish blood in my fucking bloodstream, so like 95 or whatever. It's too much, you know, it's too much. But I respect Neturei, Karta, though. They're the real Jews. I like their slogan. Judaism, yes. Zionism, no. State of Israel must go. And a lot of people from my Jewish school, they're actually very much pro-Israel. Me, I don't care, personally. I've been to Israel. I didn't really like it over there that much. I like the Golan Heights and I like the Dead Sea. But everything else, I didn't even like it. I've been to Russia, I've been to Sierra Leone. I like Sierra Leone better than I liked Israel. I've been to America and I've been to Canada. I got used to America, but I like Canada better because it's clean and nice. And people are nice too. And it's less multiculturalism. Even though they're accepting towards immigrants, but for some reason, Canada is not a melting pot like America. So, and I liked it better over there. It's cleaner, it's nicer, people are nice, you know. I even wanted to go to Canada at some point, to move over there. My parents talked me out of it and I was afraid to do it. But I was even thinking about it, but we'll see. Like you've been telling me, I'm just, you know, but I don't give a fuck. That's why I'm pretty depressed and I don't want to live in this fucked up world. I really don't. Like, this world is fucked up. You know? I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to look for jobs. Because when I'm looking at things, I'm like, we're just fighting something, doing something. And in the end, we're just going to get old and we're going to die anyway. So what the fuck? Everything is temporary and everything is fucking pointless. And the only thing which has a point is to do the job, get the money, and live how you want to live. That's it. There's nothing else because no fucking point in this fucked up world. You know? Nothing else. Nothing else. Looks come and go. You're gonna get older. You lose your looks. Strength comes and goes. You get old. You lose your ability to do things. Sex comes and goes. Everything comes and goes. That's why I don't look at human suffering the same way as I used to. Because I mean, look, what's the difference between getting killed in the war or dying from fucking old age? There's not much difference. And if there is nothing after this life, then nothing really matters. That's why I think that atheism is kind of stupid because, see, if let's say you're born and you're gonna die and nothing's gonna matter, there's gonna be nothing after you die, then it doesn't matter how much money you have, it doesn't matter how many women you have sex with, it doesn't matter whether you're a normal person, you have disability, nothing really matters. If you're gonna die and there's gonna be nothing after that, then your life don't matter, you know? There is no point of this fucking bullshit. It's just some random shit. To me, the meaning of my life is doing what I want and that's it. And living how I want to live. Like everything else don't really fucking matter. You know? But society and people telling you, oh, you're not a normal person, you shouldn't be this way, you shouldn't act this way. Creating more barriers between people, taking freedoms away. Making people realize that, you know what, we're not free. Freedom doesn't exist. Just like the Renegade #1 said. Rest in peace, Renegade #1. One of the more intelligent black people I ever known. I fucking love this guy. Renegade #1 forever. If you're watching this video, check out Autistic Black Pillar channel. He's been re-uploading videos of Renegade #1. Watch it. Keep his legacy alive. The man was awesome. I fucking love fucking, what's his name? Israel David Weiss. Fucking love that rabbi. And there is another rabbi, David Feldman. A lot of nice, knowledgeable people, you know. I agree with them. They know Jewish history, they know what's up. Zionism has nothing to do with Judaism. As a matter of fact, I noticed myself that real Zionists, they don't even like Jews. They talk badly about them. They say they don't want to serve in Israeli army. They're making them look bad. And I don't want nothing to do with political Zionists. Because I was born Jewish, you know, political affiliation, like I've been saying in my videos before, have nothing to do with my mind and my views. Okay? The fact that I was born Jewish doesn't mean that I have to think like I'm a Zionist. It's all fucking brainwashing type of stuff. And the real Jews, they don't even like it, you know? So, why should I think certain way because I was born to the Jewish mother? That's fucking bullshit. And even real Jews, Neturei Karta even said that, you know. They said Judaism is a religion. And a lot of the Zionists, they're not even Jewish. And I even noticed that too. When I used to be living with my dad in the Zionist household, he was making fun of people like that. And my dad never been circumcised. Making excuses about it. And can never follow Judaism. But he had a nice car and everything in Russia, and he's been hating Russian people. Fuck all of that. Fuck Chabad. Fuck all of these movements. Fuck Zionism. Neturei Karta for life. They're the real Jews. And this funny thing is, when I'm looking at Christian people and Neturei Karta, they have more in common than like Zionism and Neturei Karta. So that makes me think that, you know what, Jesus Christ was following Judaism the right way. And Christianity came from Judaism. So that means that, and Jesus Christ was a direct descendant of King David. So that means that Jesus Christ was a Jewish Messiah. So it means that Jesus was right. That's it. Jesus is the Lord. Jesus is the Lord. And a lot of times I'm thinking that before I die, I want to become a Christian. Either Christian or Neturei Karta. That's it. Because Jesus Christ was following Judaism too, you know. I'm speculating if Jesus was alive, he would be a member of Neturei Karta right now. I'm pretty sure of that. I freaking love these Jews. I freaking love them. I even subscribed to Neturei Karta channel today, by the way. On YouTube. On YouTube. These people are making me smile. When I'm so like disappointed in life, like I really don't want to do nothing. I don't see no point on getting a job or doing anything. And especially even in this fucked up world where you can't drink beer outside of your place, you can't do this, can't do that. Fuck. I want to be free. Look, if you really like me, if you really care about me, how about you not saying anything to anybody if I'm doing public drinking? Because if you do say something, you're only causing me trouble. There are no cops. I'm not hurting anybody. Now it's not even a public drinking because I'm literally outside of my place. But even if I do public drinking, if you really care about me, you shouldn't say anything. As long as I don't hurt other people, as long as I don't hurt property, mine or somebody else's, don't say a damn thing about that shit. Because if you do, you're gonna get me in trouble for no reason. For no good reason. What, you're gonna get me in trouble because I won't do what I want, regardless of the laws, even though I'm not hurting nobody else? Why do you want to do that? I'm not hurting myself. I'm not hurting other people. What's the point of getting my face like that? I really don't appreciate that type of shit, okay? I don't want to be going out there and be explaining my behavior to other people. I fucking hate doing that. Okay? And I don't like when people are putting me in a situation where I have to do it. That's unnecessary, and it only causes more problems. It doesn't help nothing. Only make things worse. Like right now, I'm doing this fucking job. If I were to stay at FedEx, I would be keeping in shape and I would be doing my job better than I used to. Now, if I'm gonna go back, since I'm out of shape, I may not be as good as I was when I left. Thank you very much. The real PewDiePie is the real PewDiePie, Mohammed Jakalem, and all other idiots. Fuck you, Matt Miller, you fucking idiot. You caused me a job. You should be keeping your fucking mouth shut when I was doing my job. And all the other hood rats with low IQ. You should be keeping your mouth shut. You don't know what you're doing. Okay? That's why I'm saying black people are only good to pick the cotton. Because they're fucking stupid. If they're gonna give them freedoms, what they gonna do? Most of them. They're gonna start causing problems. That's why I'm saying they better off be isolated and be playing their NFL and picking the cotton. They better off that way. I know I'm sound racist, but I don't care. Because I don't want black people to be ruining my life. Because they're fucking stupid and they don't understand what the fuck they're doing. You know? I don't want to suffer because of this fucking hood rat stupidity. It's not fair to me, you know? I don't want to be suffering because of these people who just like hear something and they start acting out on their fucking impulses. Thinking that they're helping people when in reality they're fucking hurting these people's lives. You know? And I have nothing against black people personally. But I just think that if you're gonna give these people freedom, they're gonna use their freedom as like being manipulated by fucking Zionists and then hurting other people, not even realizing that. That's fucked up, you know? That's fucked up. I don't want this fucking Zionists using blacks to fucking hurt me because they're trying to get rid of me because I'm a cause of all problems, you know? I don't want these fucking black people because they heard something treating me like I'm stupid and not letting me work how I want, you know? They're thinking that, oh, I'm free, I can just like, you know, go out there and beat these fights in the supermarkets because white people was slaving us, they're so horrible. Well, think about it this way, dear blacks. If you want to be really free, what the fuck you doing? Even Tupac said, they say the white man I should fear, but my own kind makes all the killings here. What do you think about that? And there is this black woman I've been talking to, and she called me an idiot. Hey, tell Tupac, tell Malcolm X that they're fucking idiots too. And I fucking love Malcolm X, okay? I love Malcolm X. I love Malcolm X. And Tupac is my favorite rapper, okay? But, you know, I just don't want to deal with this fucking stupid hood rats who just like acting stupid. When they should be really keeping their fucking mouths shut. If they really have good intentions to help, shouldn't be saying nothing. They shouldn't be just like letting me do what I'm doing, and if there is something wrong with me, they should be just like ignoring it. That's what they should be doing. And this is what white people been doing and been saying. That's why I'm saying white power. That's it. White power all the way. Even though I will never get along with American whites because I'm not like them, but we can still respect and understand each other. We may not be friends because we are different, but we can still understand each other. Fuck Zionism, Neturei, Karta are the real Jews, white power all the way. Free Palestine. Swill, swill, swill for that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. The sun is shining right into my face. When sun is going into my face, it's better than people are going into my face. I tell you that. I would rather deal with the sun than dealing with people. Sun in my face, yes. People in my face, no. All that bullshit must go. Judaism, yes. Zionism, no. State of Israel must go. And I don't care about State of Israel personally. And I didn't like it when I was there. But I'm definitely opposed Zionism. Thanks for watching. Later, guys.